tell the crazy sweatshirt story.
Oh, yeah.
The sweatshirt story is when you were working on Spin City and you were EPing it, yeah?
Yeah, well, I was
producing the show.
I was executive producer of Spin City with my partner, Gary Goldberg. And we had all these, and again, because I didn't graduate from high school, and I didn't go to, much less go to college. So I had some insecurity about that, and I had all these writers that had gone to Dartmouth and Yale and Harvard and on our staff. So what I did was I got T-shirts from all the Ivy League schools and all the great colleges, and I would wear one every day. And what
No,
I told
listen to evil
what I told these young brilliant kids was, if I'm wearing the shirt from your school, you get to get me coffee that day.
Teaching the very important lesson that even if you went to a top 10 school, you need a little humility to make it anywhere in life. I love that. You get to wait on me today if I'm wearing your school. So what would have been the first choice of school for Alex? I can't remember. For Alex.
Well, Alex went to fictional. We needed, when Alex went to college,
yeah,
we needed to keep him close by. Oh,
that's right. So you had to put the best
So we
school
had to
in.
invent a school. It was called Leland University.
That's right. That's right. Leland University.
And the best thing about Leland was he met Ellen there, which was
right.
Tracy, and so it was a good school.
It turned out to be a great school for you, too. So we wanted to do a kind of a speed round with Michael. We've asked you just about everything under the sun, but do you remember your first acting gig?
Yeah, my first acting gig was a show for the CBC, which was called The Witch of Westminster Crossing. And I played this kid who was adopted by a lottery winner. I mean, it was just as bizarre. But that was it. Then I did a lot of stuff in Canada for about 3 years, from 15 to 18, and then at 18 I left to go to the States.
Which is why you left school. You wanted to pursue
Yeah.
the acting. First big purchase with your first big paycheck?
I bought a car. I bought a Honda Prelude.
Not the sexiest of vehicles.
I thought it was great. But within 2 years I had a Ferrari.
There you go. Much better choice. First kiss?
First kiss in life?
Yeah. You remember back that far?
Yeah, I wonder if she's watching. Girl named Sydney Marr.
That's a hot name.
In Burnaby, in the woods behind the school.
Ooh, in the woods. I love that. Love it.
5th grade, I think.
Not bad. Not bad. First time, I love this one. First time you found out you're going to be a dad.
Yeah, I was driving to work, and I was in my car, and I was getting on the Coinga Pass to go to Paramount Studios, and Trish was on the phone, and she said, we were just married. We'd only been married a few months, and she said, "Hey, Dad." And I knew, and I knew, and that was Sam.
So you weren't in the Prelude anymore. Were you in the Ferrari? Or?
Yeah, I was in the Ferrari, but then that was once I heard, "Hey, Dad," the Ferrari was not one for.
Yeah, exactly.
Then I had a 4-door sedan.
Hello, minivan.
Exactly.
So audience wants to have in on the speed round. I know we have a couple of audience members that want in. Who's going to go first? You want to go first?
Hi, Rachel.
Hi.
Michael. I'm
Hi.
a big fan. My name is Denise, and I'm a teacher. And I was just wondering if you had any teachers that inspired you.
Yeah, in fact, I mentioned it in the book. There's a few. My junior high drama teacher, a guy named Ross Jones, was just amazing, and he taught me. He was the first guy who said, like I said, I want to be an actor, and he was the first adult that didn't say to me, "You're nuts." And he had this thing he would do. He'd just kind of go like this. He'd go, "Why not?" And he encouraged me and became a mentor of mine. And in fact, the book is
Dedicated to all your teachers.
yeah,
Oh, wow.
dedicated to all my teachers. Where is it? It's here somewhere. For all my teachers.
Thank you. Probably didn't know he would be part of the reason that you dropped out for a bit, but worked out.
But I mean, and that was one of the points too, that
Yeah.
because I dropped out, it was never. And I talk about another teacher who I know now, and I see occasionally when I go back to Vancouver, a great guy. But he was my social studies teacher in high school, and he said to me, when I was leaving high school, he pulled me aside and he said, "Mike, I don't know about this. You're not going to be cute forever." And and I said to him, "Well, maybe just long enough, sir." But
Who's next? Hi there.
Hi.
What's your name?
My name is Jackie. Hi, Michael. I feel like I've grown up with you. I have children around the same ages, and lots of challenges like texting and Facebook. I wanted to know what you feel is one of the biggest challenges with the ages.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of challenges. I have twin 15-year-old daughters. I mean, challenges.
Challenge in itself.
Poor guy.
It's crazy. And sometimes they're talking another language to me. I don't even know what they're saying. You should get the hairbrush. But I think and that's why I focus on challenges. But one thing I just want to pass on that I figured out a long time ago with my kids was I had this just epiphany that whatever I was doing, if I'm watching TV or whatever I'm doing, if one of my kids comes to me and says, "Can you come here for a second?" or "Can I talk to you for a second?" I just don't even think about it. I just say yes. And I've never regretted that. It's kind of catching the challenges before they happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's by being present as much as possible and being open and not judging.
Just listening.
Right. Thank you.
We have time for one more audience question, and it's our lovely lady in the front row here. Yes.
Hi, I'm Victoria.
Hi, Victoria.
I'm a great fan of the both of yours, and you're such an inspiration to everybody with Parkinson's disease. My family lives with Parkinson's. My mother here has Parkinson's disease
I noticed that.
also, and so you inspire everybody with how you deal with your Parkinson's. And what I wanted to know was, what advice can you give to families that deal with Parkinson's? How does your family, you know, deal with the everyday?
Well, I think the most important thing for families, and everybody's situation is different, and we're very blessed. We don't have to worry about insurance. There are issues that are really, I talk about challenges that are really tough for people, and so I don't want to presume that people should just, that everything should be fine for them. I mean, things are tough, but I would say for families, the biggest thing is let the person in your family who has Parkinson's or has whatever, let them set the tone for what they need. Don't assume, because the toughest thing for me is when someone assumes that I can't do something or wants to fill in, wants to step in and help me out. And a lot of times I don't want to be helped out. I want to help myself out. And I think that's the key thing is let them tell you what they need. Yeah. And it may not be as much as you think. In fact, they may want you to step back a little bit. So that's the thing. And it's just about respect because we don't want to feel like we're whole. So I think that's the key thing.
And you guys had no idea Michael was going to be our guest today, right? Another one of those things where fabric of the universe things. I'm so happy you could both join us today. I'm glad. It seems to be a really nice moment for you two. So I wanted to quickly mention, if you guys watching are going to be in the New York area at all, on April 24th, there's a fantastic Parkinson's Unity Walk that you can join up to. You can go to our website for more information, and we'll link you back to Michael's website as well. And Michael has brought a book, this book, for everybody in the audience, A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Future. Now wait, we always ask you guys when our guests are that generous, if you read it and you like it, buy a copy and give it to a friend or a young person that's graduating or going through a transition in life. And I wanted to remind everybody, I read this one back in hardcover. It's fantastic. The New York Times bestseller, Always Looking Up. The Adventures of an Incurable Optimist is also available now in paperback. It's a fantastic read if you haven't picked this one up yet. Thank you again to our good friend Michael J. Fox and to all of our audience members that did the Q&A